Greetings all. I'm Jake Nordquist, Director of Customer Success here at Mo Engage. So this session is all about how one of the largest retailers in North America, maybe unknown to most of us in America though, Loblaw, builds and executes customer engagement at incredible scale. We live in this crazy world, right, with omni-channel opportunities that seem to be growing by the day. Many of us in the room are facing millions of customers, if not tens of millions of customers. So creating meaningful impact on those customer engagements is one of the most difficult marketing challenges we face today. So with me is Megan Kwon, Director of Digital Customer Communications at Loblaw. And Megan, would you start by giving your incredibly relatable fun fact?
My incredible, relatable fun fact. Fun facts give me anxiety. I don't have a good fun fact. It's like my world's worst fear being asked what it is. So thank you, Jake.
I love it. Quick lightning poll. How many people secretly hate fun facts? All right,
Yes.
join us. We are legion. There are literally dozens of us out there. I love it. Very good. Okay, Megan, could you start by giving us a sense of the incredible scale that Loblaw has
Yeah.
and the challenges that customer engagement at that scale that you face in your role?
Yeah, so a little bit about my role as a director of digital customer communication is my team is responsible for all of the messaging ecosystem for the enterprise. So we actually, right now, the core of our portfolio is email, push, and SMS across both marketing as well as transactional communications. And our company has quite a few brands under our portfolio. We span grocery, pharmacy, beauty, apparel, financial services. We have control brands within our portfolio that we bring to our customers across all of our different properties. And we are a nationwide company, so we're across Canada. Interesting for anyone who's from the West Coast, if you're familiar with T&T Supermarket, that's also us. So we've started to foray into the US as well. And that makes for a lot of interesting problems for us. Our team is centralized, but very much embedded in their business units as well. So quite a bit of messages going out, a lot of customers interacting with us every day nationwide, and a lot of things to say to our customers at any given point in time.
For sure. I mean, clearly at that scale and across innumerable businesses and things that have to be certainly siloed to a certain degree, you must run into a situation where you cannot be reactive. How have you shifted your team's mindset to be more proactive?
Yeah, and to give a bit of a history on the team, our messaging program has come to maturity at different stages. So, as you can imagine, with all the different brands and business units that are under our umbrella, we actually brought our messaging ecosystem to life for each of them at different times. So, they sit at different levels of maturity, different levels of channel coverage. And historically, what's happened is we've actually brought those messaging programs as well as our team structure to life by business unit. So internally, it almost functions a little bit like an agency model where we have dedicated portfolios, dedicated focus in business units, and dedicated depth of knowledge across each business unit within our own team. And what that's resulted in is that it's resulted in us being more reactive, a little bit more service-based. And that has limited us in not being able to see the entirety of our ecosystem in a more holistic perspective. So most recently, what we've done is we've actually done a bit of a restructuring. We've reorganized ourselves to be much more focused on the customer lifecycle. We're still very much responsible for the business units that we're accountable to, but our team actually pays attention to our messaging ecosystem now, looking at it from the customer journey. So starting from onboarding and registration, moving over to discovery and engagement, and then we've got a pod around shopping and post-purchase. And within that, each pod is actually looking at every business unit within that customer lifecycle. And that's allowed us to be much more proactive and strategic in our approach. Because there's actually a lot of redundancy in our ecosystem. We've got multiple welcome journeys, we've got multiple discovery touch points, we've got multiple abandoned carts. And when you're just business focused, that actually creates a little bit of a silo. And what we want to do is actually create a structure that allows the team to bring forward new ideas to stakeholders by taking learnings from the entire enterprise and not just being focused on one brand at a time.
It's a fascinating look into how you're removing those silos. I imagine this is completely changing how teams collaborate. Can you give an example of a specific conversation or a specific project that has changed due to this methodology?
Yeah, we're on this journey of bringing real-time signals to our ecosystem. It's a really exciting time. We've got tons of data, a lot of engagement every single day. We have one of the largest loyalty programs, and there's a lot of Canadians who are consistently interacting with us across all of our different brands and businesses. And right now, it's impossible to tell where to harness that data and point into the next opportunities. And what the team is now able to do, being in this pod structure, is actually take that data that's available to us, look at the opportunities that are in front of us, and recommend back to our lines of business and our stakeholders what are the next best opportunities using the best practices across the enterprise. So we're actually able to mine all those signals and bring those forward to our business units now.
Okay, I love that. I love the idea of real-time signals and how you're keeping customer engagement really at the forefront of all that your teams do. That's a great transition to how you're using transactional messaging, how communications, even transactional ones, can become a strategic tool for your team. So you've been using Mo Engage Inform, and shout out to this sub 5 second SLA, to power transactional communications. How have you taken these essential, time sensitive, service based messages, things like delivery confirmations, prescription pickup orders, things like that, and turn them into a strategic full funnel lever for the business?
Yeah, I would say transactional, especially for our digital experiences, are basically the foundation of everything that we do. When it comes to customer expectations for our enterprise, they have a very high level of expectation in terms of hearing from us. So if they've got an online grocery order, they want to know exactly when their order's confirmed, any substitutions, when their order's ready for pickup, when it's going to be delivered. A lot of our digital properties have that level of urgency built into them. And Informs allowed us to be able to actually get those communications to customers in a timely manner, in a very accurate way. And when we think about even highly regulated industries that we play in, like pharmacy and health, that's even more important. We don't want to actually cause any friction to our customers. And what we see is when those notifications are even a little bit delayed, our customers are very vocal about that. So with Inform, we're actually able to bring those service levels to a place where we know with confidence that we're actually able to deliver those timely messages, especially when it comes to Canadians' health.
I love the idea of timely and relevant messages. I think one of the things that I have heard from you is that, and probably that the audience can relate to, is that Loblaw has so many native systems that you're integrating, and you're reliant on those native systems to integrate well with Mo Engage. How do you ensure that those systems are integrated well so that your communications are timely, they're accurate, and they're relevant?
Yeah, for us, we, as you mentioned, have a lot of proprietary services that we built in-house. A lot of them are around bringing all of our data together, and those services allow us to create unique experiences for our customers in a very highly personalized way. So we needed a program that allowed us, and a platform and a partner that allowed us to be able to tie into those and integrate into those custom experiences, and the open API ability for us to actually create custom payloads and custom opportunities to create touch points with our customers means that as we augment our digital experiences to be more customer focused and customer centric, any augmentations that we're doing are coming through our Inform space and giving us that level of accuracy that we need.
That's great. I mean, I think it's interesting that you're able to take the transactional journey and really make it so that it's part of the full funnel experience for the customer. I'm curious, as you look ahead, what are the next big moves for your team? Where do you see things like real-time signals, which you've just brought up, new channels, and more advanced personalization? How do all of those relate to your ongoing vision?
Yeah, we're really taking a nod from the backbone of our transactional ecosystem. So the real-time signals are really taking advantage of the moments in a customer's interaction with us where we can add value. Within those touch points, we're exploring deep levels of personalization. So we're on a very significant one-to-one journey, and we're looking at how we map that back to our messaging ecosystem. So we invest a lot in our digital experiences. We have a lot of one-to-one personalized experiences today on our web and mobile platforms. So really the focus is bringing that into our communications touch points so that it's a seamless experience. And then the Canadian landscape is evolving pretty quickly. So we're really looking at finding spaces where Canadians are expecting to hear from us, where they would like to engage with us. So we're constantly exploring new channels as well to fuel a lot of those messages for us.
Okay, that's great. That's very insightful. I love all of that. We're almost at time. So if you could leave the audience with one key takeaway to creating this full funnel customer experience, what would that be?
I would say a lot of the focus for us and the advice that I would give is invest a lot upstream in the data that fuels your strategies. We have a lot of data in our enterprise, and that coupled with our customer first operating model means that we're driving a lot of value for the customers in an individual one-to-one way. If that data is not clean, if it's not there and it's sound and synthesized and unified, that makes bringing those strategies a lot more difficult. So I would really say that when you're driving customer value, making sure that those data pieces are in there as well are going to be incredibly important.
I'm sure that resonates very well with our audience. Yes, those data points are critical. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thanks.
Really appreciate it. Very insightful. We'll be wandering around. If you have any questions for Megan or myself, please find us. We'll be happy to answer and enjoy the rest of Summit.